We all know what love feels like, right? It's poetic, emotional, sometimes it feels like pure magic. But what if I told you that beneath all those butterflies and the epic stories, something very real and, well, scientific is happening inside your brain? Your mind is mixing up this powerful chemical cocktail. So let's explore what love actually looks like inside our heads.
You know, the philosopher Soren Kierkegaard really hit the nail on the head with this one. Love makes you feel this ultimate freedom, but at the very same time, it creates this powerful dependence. For centuries, we've talked about this through art and poetry, but now we can actually see the science behind that exact feeling. Because yeah, underneath all the poetry and that feeling in your stomach, love is pure biology. It's this potent, really precisely mixed chemical cocktail, and it's been fine-tuned by evolution to do one thing: bring people together and keep them there. So let's dive into what that looks like. Okay, so it all starts with that initial spark, that first moment of attraction. You know, that thrilling, can't eat, can't sleep kind of feeling? Scientifically, that's what we're going to call the dopamine rush. Dopamine is the absolute star of the show here. It's this powerful neurotransmitter that's all about the brain's reward system. But here's the thing, it's not just about pleasure, it's really about motivation. It's the chemical that makes you want things, seek them out, and strive for them because they feel good. So when you meet someone you're attracted to, your brain just floods with dopamine. And this surge is what makes your heart pound. It's why your thoughts suddenly focus with this incredible intensity, and it's why you get that sudden, crazy burst of energy. If you've ever felt that, you felt dopamine hard at work. And get this, researchers can actually see this happening in real time. Using fMRI scans, when people who are in that early stage of love see a picture of their partner, the brain's core reward circuit just lights up like a Christmas tree. And this is the exact same system that gets activated by other things we find super rewarding, from an amazing meal to, even addictive drugs. Now, this intense, focused state isn't just some random thing. It's an evolutionary mechanism. Your brain is basically sending you a clear primal message. Hey, this person matters for survival. Pay attention. It's a biological command designed to lock your focus onto a potential mate. But let's be real. That frantic, high-energy rush, it can't last forever. For a relationship to actually last, the brain has to shift gears. It moves from that pure, high-octane attraction to something deeper, attachment. And this is where the chemistry of connection really takes over. So, as a relationship deepens, two other key hormones come onto the scene: oxytocin and vasopressin. You've probably heard of oxytocin, right? It's often called the cuddle hormone. It gets released during physical touch and creates feelings of calm and security. Then you've got vasopressin, which works right alongside it to encourage that long-term, stable partnership, the kind that defines a lasting bond. This is basically the biological handoff. The dopamine-fueled fireworks of early romance slowly give way to this warm, steady glow of oxytocin and vasopressin. This chemical transition is exactly how that thrilling, sometimes anxious attraction transforms into a stable, comforting, and secure attachment. Remember that comparison I made earlier between the brain in love and the brain on drugs? Well, that wasn't just a metaphor. There's a really powerful scientific case to be made that early-stage romantic love is, for all intents and purposes, a natural and healthy form of addiction. It's a pretty provocative idea, isn't it? Why on earth would evolution design our brains to fall in love in a way that looks so much like addiction? Well, the answer comes down to our fundamental need to form really, really strong bonds. I mean, the parallels are just striking when you look at them. The intense craving and addiction, that's the deep yearning for your partner. Tolerance is like wanting to spend more and more and more time together. The euphoria of a drug high is so similar to that rush you feel when they just walk into the room. And withdrawal? Well, that's the profound, awful pain of a breakup. But, and this is a huge but, there's one absolutely crucial distinction. While love and addiction might share a similar chemical starting point, where they end up, well, that's completely different. See, in a healthy, loving relationship, those initial addictive things, the obsession, the anxiety, they fade over time. They get replaced by those feelings of calm and security we just talked about. With a substance addiction, it's the total opposite. The condition gets worse, the need intensifies, and it leads to really destructive consequences. So love is like a functional addiction designed for pair bonding. Drug addiction is a pathological state that hijacks that very same system.
Okay, so love changes how we feel and what we crave, but it also literally changes how we think, specifically how we see our partner. Brain scans show that when you fall in love, activity in some really key areas of your brain actually goes down. Your amygdala, which is like your fear and anxiety detector, it quiets down. And at the same time, the parts of your prefrontal cortex that are responsible for critical judgment, they also become less active. So what does that feel like in the real world? It means we kind of suspend judgment. We feel safer, we feel more open, and we are biologically wired to overlook our partner's flaws, at least in the beginning. This deactivation of our critical thinking actually helps cement that emotional bond between two people. In other words, that timeless saying, love is blind, it isn't just poetry. It's a real neurologically observable fact. How cool is that? Science can now literally show us the parts of the brain that dim down, allowing us to fall and stay in love. All right, so let's put all of these pieces together now and see the final, complete picture of what love looks like in the brain. It's pretty clear by now that love isn't just one thing. It's not a single emotion, and it's definitely not caused by a single chemical. It's a super complex and dynamic neurological state. The best way to think about it is like a coordinated symphony. You've got the dopamine system conducting these thrilling notes of motivation and reward. Oxytocin and vasopressin provide the harmony of long-term bonding. Fear and judgment quiet down, while your memory systems record the entire beautiful piece. It's a true all-hands-on-deck operation happening inside your brain. And the whole purpose of this incredible symphony, it's all about survival. It's a biological state crafted over millions of years of evolution, with the primary goal of creating stable pairs to make sure our species continues. So, in the end, when you strip away all the poetry and just look at the raw neuroscience, that overwhelming feeling, it isn't magic. It's your brain, in its own incredibly complex and honestly beautiful way, making a profound declaration. It's saying, I choose you.